A thick red sauce rolls inside a giant steel tank. The surface shines like lava, but every movement is controlled. Steam rises slowly. A huge mixing arm turns through the spicy paste, folding chili, garlic, rice syrup, and fermented flavor into one deep red sauce. In a few hours, this sauce will be sealed into bottles, pouches, and restaurant tubs. But before the final package appears, the process begins much earlier. It starts before the heat, before the mixing, and before the red color becomes smooth. It begins at the factory entrance, where raw ingredients arrive in boxes, sacks, drums, and cold containers. Every batch must pass through strict checks, because one mistake can change the taste of thousands of packages.
The first serious step is sorting. Each ingredient is checked because spicy sauce depends on balance. After
The first serious step is sorting. The factory does not simply throw everything into a tank. Each ingredient is checked because spicy sauce depends on balance. Chili powder must have the right color. Garlic must be clean and strong. Onion must be fresh. Fermented paste must smell deep, but not sour in the wrong way. Workers move carefully, but the line never stops. The raw ingredients pass from crates to tables, from tables to washing machines, and from washing machines to cutting and grinding stations. Nothing looks like sauce yet. Everything still looks separate, but this is where the future flavor is protected. Now the separate ingredients begin to change. Garlic paste, onion puree, chili powder, salt, sugar, syrup, and fermented paste are measured into large tanks. This stage is not random. The recipe is controlled by weight, temperature, and timing. Too much chili makes the sauce harsh. Too much syrup makes the sauce heavy. Too little garlic makes the flavor flat. Inside the tank, the first mixture looks rough and uneven. Red powder floats on the surface. Thick paste sinks down. Clear syrup moves slowly between everything. Then the mixing arm begins to turn, and the raw ingredients start becoming one sauce.
The next stage is heat. Warmth wakes up the flavors. Steam begins to rise from the tank.
The sauce is not finished when the ingredients are mixed. The next stage is heat. Warmth wakes up the flavors. The garlic becomes softer. The chili becomes deeper. The syrup melts into the paste. Steam begins to rise from the tank, and the red color becomes darker and richer. The factory controls the temperature very carefully. The sauce must become safe, smooth, and stable without losing its fresh, spicy character. As the sauce heats, samples are taken from the tank. Workers check texture, color, thickness, and aroma. The sauce must be powerful, but also clean and consistent.
Breaks. This is one of the most satisfying parts of the process. A rough mixture enters the system. A smooth red...
After cooking, the sauce must become even finer. The factory sends the hot sauce through filters and smoothing machines. Small pieces of garlic, chili skin, and onion fiber are broken down until the texture becomes clean and glossy. This is one of the most satisfying parts of the process. A rough mixture enters the system. A smooth red sauce comes out. Then the sauce moves into cooling tanks. The temperature drops slowly. This protects the color and keeps the flavor stable. The sauce is no longer a pile of raw ingredients. It has become one finished base, ready for filling.
Empty containers arrive in perfect rows. Every container must be clean before the sauce enters. The filling nozzles move with steady precision.
Now the factory changes from cooking to filling. Empty containers arrive in perfect rows. Some are small bottles for home kitchens. Some are flexible pouches for easy pouring. Some are large tubs for restaurants. Every container must be clean before the sauce enters. The filling nozzles move with steady precision. Each bottle receives the same amount. Each pouch is filled without spilling. The sauce is thick, so the machines must work slowly enough to stay accurate, but fast enough to keep the line moving. This is where the sauce begins to look like a real product.
The sauce is filled, but the product is still not ready. Every container must be sealed. Caps are tightened. Pouches are heat.
The sauce is filled, but the product is still not ready. Every container must be sealed. Caps are tightened. Pouches are heat sealed. Tubs are closed with strong plastic lids. Then the packages move through inspection. The factory checks for leaks, weight, shape, and surface cleanliness. A small problem here could ruin a whole box during transport. After inspection, the containers are cleaned, dried, and prepared for outer packaging. The line feels quiet, but it is extremely fast. Bottles turn, caps spin, pouches press shut, boxes open and close. The sauce is now only one step away from leaving the factory. The final stage is packaging. The sauce that began as chili, garlic, onion, syrup, and fermented paste is now a finished Korean product. Bottles are placed into cartons. Pouches are stacked into boxes. Restaurant tubs are wrapped on pallets. Every package is arranged for shipping, and the factory floor becomes a map of finished work. What looked like a simple red sauce is actually the result of sorting, washing, grinding, mixing, heating, smoothing, cooling, filling, sealing, and inspection. At the end of the line, the transformation is complete. A raw pile of ingredients has become a glossy, spicy Korean sauce, ready for kitchens, restaurants, markets, and meals around the world.